My people here tell me that these test videos need some explanation. Okay, here goes. You can learn a lot from books, the internet, and other sources, but there's nothing like the actual inner water testing. I realize an old beat-up pontoon boat with a bunch of fiberglass boxes and hoses is not very impressive looking. But the one thing I learned from 40 years of designing, engineering, and building boats on a concrete floor, things that look good and work well on land go to hell in a handbasket once the real inner water sea trials happen. It's just a boat thing. And that's why we're doing all our testing in the water on this old pontoon boat. The only important thing to know is that the STec RCI exhaust system, it's not an invention. RCI is a compilation or a combination of well-known and documented chemistry, technology, and other commercial and industrial utilizations that have been around for decades. The only truly unique thing about RCI is all this technology, it's just never been applied to smaller marine vessels, and it requires a great deal of seawater, which really is not a problem finding in a boat. While there are some other NOx treatments, exhaust treatments being tried in boats, they're all land-based adaptations from diesel trucks, construction equipment, generators, and industrial use, and without much success. It's one of those typical big business traps where if the only tool you let your people use are hammers, then every problem looks like a nail. I know this for a fact. I tried to use these other land-based NOx equipment treatments, exhaust treatments on boats, and they're a loser. We may not have wasted a lot of money on video production and fancy presentations, but I believe we have shown that RCI absolutely works in significantly reducing NOx or nitrogen oxide, along with some CO2 and carbon reduction. Obviously, we still have a long way to go in terms of getting RCI into a commercially profitable product that can be used on marine vessels under 300 feet or 91 meters to meet the new International Marine Organization's regulations for only new vessels over 74 feet or 24 meters. And that goes into effect this year. The regulations state that those vessels must reduce NOx, nitrogen oxide, by 80%. RCI, STec RCI, addresses those new vessels. But just as important, RCI was designed and engineered from day one to be retrofitted into existing. There's over 4 million marine vessels out there, and they're worth $5.7 billion. Ferries, tour boats, luxury yachts. Then they're pumping out millions of tons of nitrogen oxide NOx every day. RCI works, and it does reduce NOx by over 80%. It's important to remember that nitrogen oxide or NOx, it's just like atomic radiation. You can't see it or smell it. It's an invisible and odorless poison gas caused by diesel engines. If NOx had a yellow color or it smelled bad, diesel engine manufacturers would have had to get rid of this deadly stuff decades ago. The World Health Organization attributes to the death of over 3 million people last year and left countless millions of others with compromised respiratory systems. NOx reduction is not some long-term, down-the-road problem. It's right now. While I'm talking into this camera, it's a catastrophe. RCI will go a long way in our battle against climate change and also address today's COVID-19 nightmare that specifically targets folks with respiratory and lung problems. I see my time is up. Thanks for watching this video.